What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about anxiety and creativity and how we can work with our anxiety by using our creativity. You see, it's very hard for creativity and anxiety to operate in the same dimension, so to speak, within our body system. When we are in our creative state, when we're in a flow state, we're focusing on something that we're passionate about, and all our creative juices are flowing, and we are getting excited, and we are in it, and we're totally focused in that flow state of consciousness of mind. We're not worrying about what's going to happen in the future. We're not worrying about what's going to happen in the past. We're here right now in this moment, creating something. Any artist can tell you what that feels like, that therapeutic, that art therapy when we're creating something or when we're coloring a picture even. Nowadays, adults can color pictures, there's mandala coloring books and all these different designs that it helps with stress. It helps with igniting our creativity inside. And that is one of the things that we want to focus on, especially when we're feeling anxiety or when we're worrying about things that may or may not happen in the future or our past trauma. Now, I want you to understand something. Anxiety, there's no one fix all solution for anxiety. We're going to have those moments, and we're human, and we're going to have those episodes when we are in despair or not sure what to do or panicking or whatnot. So the objective is not to get rid of the anxiety, but it is for us to understand that there is no one thing to fix all. I can't just tell you to be present. The expression is one size doesn't fit all. That's the expression I was looking for. I can't just tell you to be present when you're having an anxiety attack or when you're feeling anxious or depressed or whatever, to come back to the present state. Yes, it helps to be present. It definitely helps to be present. However, it's not going to fix it, right? There are medications. There are stuff that people can take, and there's nothing wrong with taking those things. And sometimes we need to take those things. But we also have to meet the medicine halfway, just like we have to meet the universe halfway. There's something that we need to do as well in order for us to work with our anxiety and use all the tools available that work for us, right? So sometimes somebody may have anxiety. It's not necessarily just because we're anxious about something that is happening or in the past or the future. It could be about traumas, past traumas. And if we're not working with a trauma-informed therapist or somebody that has certification in that area, it can be hard to work with someone that is not qualified in that field to help us to find what it is that in our past that we've experienced something that is causing our triggers at this moment in time. So let's go back to the flow state and the creativity, and how do we find that moment in time where we are in that flow state and in that state of creativity or imagination, so to speak, or just going back to how we were as a child, that curiosity state, that state of being curious all the time. How happy we were once as a child. One of the things that we can help us to find our flow state is to find things that we are curious about, things that bring us joy to learn more about, and things that make us happy when we are learning and creating in those fields. For example, somebody may not be happy working in something that they do, and that's okay. I don't like drawing. I never did. I used to do life drawing all the time. It's hard for me. It was physically hard for me as well as challenging, but I had no desire for it. But there's other things that we can find that we do have a desire and are curious about to learn more about. And that's what helps us to find what it is that helps us to get creative and also to get into that flow state. But it also helps us to find our purpose. And when we find our purpose, it helps us to bring us back to that present moment and focus on our why we are doing what we're doing, to ground ourselves, especially when we're experiencing an anxious moment or dealing with some sort of anxiety or whatever it is we're dealing with. But again, being present and these mindfulness techniques is not the be all and end all. There are other ways that we need to look into deeper, especially when it comes to, like, I don't know, somatic healing, for example. That is a great technique to use. Meditation is a great thing to use. Naturopathic remedies is a great thing to use. Meditation and mindfulness and all these things are great, but there's also, therapy, right? There's also, the psychology and sometimes we do actually have to go and seek professional help as well. So I'm not doubting any of those sides. And there's nothing wrong with either of them. The point now and what I want to talk about right now is something that may help. And I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just asking you to try. Is the next time that you are feeling anxious or building up to something, that you're working on a deadline, or you're going to have a stressful situation coming up or whatnot, to try to incorporate moments of time when you are activating your creativity from within, that you're activating and you're doing something that just puts you into a flow state of complete focus of creativity. Because then the outside world kind of disappears, in a sense that you lose track of time and you're just focusing on the task at hand that you feel passionate about doing. So I encourage you to find something that you're curious about, something that will help you to learn more about constantly and bring you joy during the process, no matter how challenging it is, as well as how great it will feel now that you've achieved that goal at hand, but also to help you to improve on your imagination and get excited every time you're in the flow of being creative with that subject matter at hand, whether you're writing or whether you're journaling or painting or singing or learning a new instrument. Whatever it is that's going to help you to lose track of time is what I suggest. And when you find those things that help you to lose track of time, it will help you to be more present in a situation, be more present within yourself, activate that presence within, activate that light and that force within us, that we are meant to be a creator. And it will help us in the long term dealing with things that usually stress us out, to help us just to balance out all of our emotions and the rest of the day. And that is what I suggest. So my friends, if you found this helpful, or if it resonated in any such way, please like, share, comment, and I would love to continue this conversation. And once again, don't forget to subscribe below for more videos like this.